guys, welcome to the channel. I've got some brew footage to show you for once. Haven't been doing much of that recently. Well, I've been doing brewing, but I haven't been doing the footage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the footage. I'm not going to talk over it. This is a new way that I want to do sort of brew days now, because I just ramble on otherwise. I'm rambling on now. Look at the video. I'll be back in a minute and we'll talk about the beer. So that was a brew day for the pale ale that I'm brewing. So what was I trying to do with this? Obviously I was trying to brew a pale ale. But what I wanted to do was something that was quite ideally sessionable, but something that would be a bit of a crowd pleaser. So what I didn't want to do was do massive hop additions that was going to blow it out of the water for most people. What I'd like to do is give something to people at work. So people at work know that I brew beers, but the majority of people are, you wouldn't drink things like a Cheeseburger Cavalry or a Napier or things like that. They'd more go down the pub and they'd have a you know, I don't know, a London Pride or a Guinness or a Kronenberg or something like that. So I wanted to have something that was a little bit more subtle, so not hoppy and in your face, but was still sort of pleasing and tasty, and you know, just showed them what I could do. So that was the idea, and that was the hope. The other thing I wanted to do was, when I did do the Cheeseburger Cavalry, for me, for my taste, it was a little bit too bitter. And similar with previous beers that I've done. So this is the first time ever I've completely skipped the bittering hops and not done any. So let me talk you quickly through the recipe. Oops, sorry, I've got it open here. Yeah, so again, in Brewfather. So the grain bill was 5 kilograms of Golden Promise, 230 grams of light crystal, 180 grams of Carapils, and 175 grams of flaked oats. Now, I think it was meant to be 160 grams originally when I did the recipe, but I just had 15 grams left in the bag, so I just chucked it in, so it was 175 grams of flaked oats. Then hops, at 20 minutes is 10 grams of Amarillo, 10 grams of Galaxy. At 10 minutes, there's 15 grams of Amarillo, 10 grams of Galaxy. Now in here, it says a 25-minute hop stand, but I think I only did it for 20 minutes. Maybe it's 25, I don't know, but anyway, 20 or 25-minute hop stand at 80 degrees for 30 grams of Amarillo and 20 grams of Galaxy, and then a dry hop for 3 days, 45 grams of Amarillo and 45 grams of Galaxy. So all in all, that's 185 grams of hops. So it's not massive, it's not tiny, there are hops in there, but not massive. Then 1 pack of USO5. I wanted this to be, the original recipe said it was going to be something around 4.5%, 4.5%, 4.6%, something like that. But the yeast just went mad. I got attenuation of something like 87 or 88%. So it really went mad, and it's ended up about 5.2%. So it's stronger than I wanted. But you know, not what I can do about that really. So was happy. The brew day was fantastic, really went well. I think I showed you at the end there with the dry hop, I had reduced the temperature in the fermentation fridge down to about 13 degrees first. The reason I did that was I was told by both Graham, Preston, and originally I think he got it from Timmy Jenkins, that if you want to reduce the bitterness of the dry hop, if you reduce the temperature down to around 14 or 13 degrees and then dry hop, you reduce the bitterness. Now that's what part of what I was trying to achieve in this beer. And you know, well, let me show you. So there it is. There we go. So again, it's not a clear one. Sorry, if I just show you here now, so I've got my phone. You know, it's completely hazy. It's a beautiful colour, but it's completely hazy. Now, I showed you in there that I forgot to put the Protafloc in at 10 minutes before the end of the boil. How much difference that makes, I just don't know. Anyway, it's turned out hazier than I expected, but I don't care. I'm not bothered about clarity of beer. To me, that it sort of like just screams flavour, it really does. You can see that the head, it was right up to the top now, kind of dissipating. It's not really staying around very much, so head retention isn't fantastic. Again, nothing that I'm too bothered about. Aroma, not a lot for me. There's something there, but it's very, very subtle. I don't know, I mean, it's only been in the cake. It should probably, do you know what? I'll probably do another update on this video in a week's time or so. This is very, very young, very young. It's been a couple of days in the keg, so maybe there's some characteristics to come out of this. So aroma, not massively bouncing off the glass at all, really. Taste, similar to the aroma. It's subtle. There is a bit of citrusy flavour in there, and it's quite pleasing on the sort of the back of the throat, if you like. There's a nice sort of like citrusy tingle, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it's not bad, and I think it's probably achieved what I was going out for. Now, for me, I'd get given that and I'd go, you know, right, but it needs more. It needs more hops. It's not really my cup of tea personally. But that's not what I was going for. Now, I have tried one of these the other day, and it was noticeable that when it was left to warm up a little bit, it did change as well. So pouring it straight from the keg into a glass and trying it sort of fairly soon afterwards doesn't really, I don't think does it any favours, but it's not bad. It's not bitter. There's no real bitterness in there. I think it came out at about 40 IBUs, so still, you know, high-ish, but not overly bitter. It's kind of doing it okay, but it's probably a pleasant pale ale. That's what I think. That's probably how you describe it, maybe. But it just, for me, it needs a bigger kick. But that's, again, as I said, that's the whole point. Anyway, right. Pardon me. Excuse me. I don't want to go too long with this. I'm doing, did I say 8 minutes? Shit. Right. This is probably gone far too long already. But cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, 8 minutes. That's far too long. Sorry. I hope you've got to the end of this ish. And quite a success. I'll try it on other people at work and see what they think. But yeah, let's find out. Cheers, guys. See you later.
You put the beer in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the beer in the coconut and throw the can away.